Good morning again, my friends. I'm just now converting a rather interesting live video. It's the first one where my thing is to write in the mornings, and it's the first one where instead of writing, I actually went to the camera, and I think it turned out pretty well. It's on a surprising subject that mind did not select for you. So I'm pretty excited about that. And while it's converting, and I don't go online until pretty close to noon, I've carved out my mornings to be with myself and not have that constant interference of that signal, the connection to the internet. So I'm going to read you a journal. This one is from 8:10. It's the 4th of that day, Mayan day, 11 Vulture or Wisdom. And it's I've forgotten what I wrote, but it's called ET Arrival Preparation, Conquering Fear and Dogma, i.e. Programming. Oh my God, I am such a flow lately. I don't know what to do, how to go on. It's like it's exuding from my pores or something, this light. Intuition and guidance are coming in so clearly. No, not words or anything. Heck, words are so linear anyway. They're not the way of higher dimensions. But wait, that's not quite fair. One thing about words that did come to me recently is this. When you're in mind, words are just linear. From heart, though, it's very different. Do you see how that could be? Words are the surface thing, that which the senses, the five senses, pick up. Just like the rest of the surface of life, they're not where it's at. They're superficial. Okay, but then what happens when we enter the heart? Is it different then? You bet it is. That is where empowerment lives, where you find your throne, scepter, and crown. When you first enter here, you don't get to wear these right away. We sort of work our way into them. How is that? Well, as we bring our outer and inner life into consonance, we find ourselves naturally enrobed in our trappings of power. It just happens. It's nothing we do. You just find it to be so. Do you see this? Are you connecting? Pretty much all life is like this in the inner kingdom. You're not doing things. They're doing you. In the inner or heart domain, things are ruled by your being. It's your being that counts there. No doing is done. Now, if you're in mind, well, you probably just click this off, so it doesn't matter so much. But no doubt this stuff doesn't make any mind sense, nor will it. Don't think waiting will help clear it up with the mind. This is beyond the territory where mind can enter. Oh, mind is a good mimic. It will do about anything to retain its power, its authority over you. Watch out for that. Mind will play tricks. Don't be fooled, but you will. We all are. Only if you're in heart at the time can you see these tricks. Mind's tricks just don't wash, don't pull the wool over anyone's heart vision. They don't work there. Heart just knows things. Don't ask, just go. So, anyway, the way to your throne and your power and light is through the heart, through the inner body, through the whatever you want to call it. Go where the words point. Put first things first, as in let love be the answer to every question, the intent behind every action, and all the rest will just fall into place. Really it will. Life is much more simple than the mind makes it out to be. And I'm going to step out of the journal here for a bit. I'm doing that more and more of late. and say, you know, people like my live journals um, more than they like when I'm reading a written one. But I want to help you take one more step back from that, step into the mind or out of the mind. You're in the mind. The only thing different here is time, right? We're only talking direct or time delayed as far as me reading to you. Please know that when I read to you, I go back in heart. I link up with the energy. So you're getting a more or less direct beam of that here. So anything where you're finding that time is an issue for you, know that that's a product of mind. And step into heart, erase the time factor, and see what your experience is. It'll be more direct. Okay, so to continue. Stay off the surface of life, my friends. Or, if you're there, just be sure not to take it too seriously. That's what it wants, you know, to be taken so seriously. That's how it steals away your energy, your power, your authority. Well, just quit that. You've got all the power you need right there in your ray of attention. Your ray of attention, the beam of that. Where you place your attention is quite within your control, is it not? So, exercise wisely and well the power you have, and the rest will just be added unto you. Things just work like that. We're finding as we awaken that we really can trust this thing called life, capital L. It's got a very sound basis. Oh, we thought it terrible for so long, or blissful, by turns, and that's correct. But then we were lost in a dead end, a hell called the mind, under alien lockdown. Now, not so much. The good guys are appearing just everywhere, you know. Pay attention, and not to the regular media either. Many of our fellow light workers are keeping track for us, both taking the vids and uploading and favoriting the ones that others do. So just a heads up, contact, the early part of it, is happening right now. Be ready, my friends. Find your place in the heart and plug in to the great cosmic grid of light. We're all one, really, you know. Your ticket to enter is love, capital L, not the earthly imitation. It's just that simple, really. No kidding. All the mind-numbing mumbo-jumbo, pitch it out. Screw that. You don't need it. You have a heart, don't you? Well, what's wrong with that? Just use it. Just enter in. They are, and we will make contact with you there, you know. Oh, I see. So everything is one. So I'm saying contact. You will be made contact with in the heart. That's the first place you'll be contacted. Or maybe you didn't know that. Okay, these beings are above 3D. They don't need to appear before you, clothed with a body, to speak. I mean, you can wait for that if you like. Plenty of us are doing just that. The ones more in the mind than in the heart. See, you don't have to. They'll speak to you in heart. If you make a sighting yourself, the most valuable advice I can give you is, you guessed it, tell me now, be in heart. Only that. You'll be able to sense then whether, in spite of all appearances, it's a being of light or it's not. Now, go a bit beneath the surface. Just because it says the right words and all that, you know, it can say words of light. That doesn't mean anything. So, now don't go off into the mind on me here. Stay in heart. Train yourself. Set strong intent and just focus. You can do this. Use your ray of attention. Make it a habit and you'll never be caught up short. Okay? Unless it's a part of your path. That's what's uploading, or not, what's going to be uploaded now is how I got caught up. But anyway, besides which, when the rewards are basically heaven, well, it just makes sense. Now, yes, there will likely be imposters that come, that join in the mix of disclosure, of mass contact. They are the desperate ones. I don't know any specifics, but it just makes heart sense. They're freaking out, and so far their way has been to do absolutely anything and everything to keep mankind in thrall and enthralled, hypnotized. Why should that suddenly change? Them you can often predict. Don't trust mind, though, and it's mind that predicts. Just stay in heart, out of head, and you're fine. Be at peace, no fear, okay? No matter what happens, who shows up, you're set. Now, feel that with me. You're set. You don't have to make instant decisions either. Give yourself time to tune in to your heart. Don't just leap. Don't be a reactor, be an actor. I feel many of you very tense in the solar plexus. You're in fear. You're over concerned. You haven't yet made the transition to heart so completely. Well, now's a good time. They haven't arrived yet. You've still got plenty of time